Yeah, not great, Craig. A little bit numb. Thought we dug in towards the end of that game, and I think we all got pretty hopeful towards the end. And then to have it snatched away like that, it's yet another example of what footy can do to you. And congratulations to Gold Coast.
You've been through so many highs and lows to go out with that sort of result in that sort of way. Like, how devastating?
I just think that's fitting. It just, the game does not give up its rewards very easily, and there's a lot more times you finish a season heartbroken than the opposite. The game's been very generous to me. I'm grateful for that, and to be able to get back and actually be involved in this game this year, I'm really thankful to JL and to Joe Bridie and Garlo for having the belief to just allow me a little bit of rope to keep that dream alive. So I'm really grateful that I actually got the opportunity to play in another final again.
You've given it everything you've got. Does that leave you with a sense of satisfaction knowing that, you tried everything?
I think so, yeah. I think I came to a point last year where I felt like I'd turned every stone and given absolutely anything I could, and where the story went from there was out of my hands. And hopefully I get some closure and peace of mind that this part of my journey with Fremantle, I did everything I could. And as I said, I finished disappointed in some ways because of the way this season went, but those memories will eventually turn into fond ones for what's been an amazing experience.
Nat, obviously this is the end for you, but you want the best for this club. What's your message to these younger players who have got to bounce back from this and go again?
Well, it's pretty early at this stage, Bridget, to give sort of a message, but I think, it's no use selling false hope at this stage, but if you look at the profile of what we've been able to do over the last 2 seasons, the consistency of our performances, I think we've won, only lost 3 games of the last 13 or 14. We've learned to win on the road. We've given ourselves every chance of evolving the way you'd like a list to, and there'd be a lot of teams saying that about themselves, but I think we genuinely have got the calibre of players in the right profile to have 5 or 6 bites at winning a premiership. And from the West Coast is increasingly difficult because of the travel, but hopefully there's some hope we can take away from what we've done the last 2 seasons.
What about your final moments out there tonight? I mean, the crowd has been very loving towards you, as you'd expect, but when you took that big mark, that was a nice moment.
That was nice. I'm not sure how that stuck, to be honest. But I felt like I was able to thank the crowd a couple of weeks ago, and I've done it in my own little way a couple of times over the last few years. So, again, was really grateful for the support tonight.
You walk away content, or is there still that little bit of something missing because you didn't get the team success on top of the individual success?
Look, I don't think so. I don't think I needed, as I said earlier, I don't think I needed anything else from the game. We all want to win premierships, I do have some contentness that I'd tried everything and gave absolutely everything I could to the club and evolved myself along the way. And I think that's, in some ways, maybe my journey, it was more important for me not to win than to win.
Now, how close did you come from not playing, again this year? You obviously had the injury battles, and you mentioned, you had a bit of a long road but the dream is still there for you. Was there a point in the season where you really thought this could be it? I might not.
Multiple, yeah. When I injured myself before coming on the ground, that was probably a big one. Did the hamstring down at Peel. Had a knee injury in the pre-season, rolled my ankle on Tuesday and hardly got up for this game. So the game tried many different times to tell me that the end of the road was near. And so I walk away knowing that this is definitely the right time.
How bad was that rolled ankle and how did you do it?
It was just at the end of training on Tuesday. It wasn't too bad, but when you're at my age and what scar tissue, a small ankle can turn into a pretty major thing, but it wasn't too bad.
And you looked up and you saw that it was the other guy who was retiring footy in his hands. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was somewhat fitting. He's been an amazing warrior for them. We started our journey together playing state 18s footy, and an important moment for him and their footy club. And as heartbreaking as it was for us, that's kind of what footy does. It gives them a special moment.
And what's next in your journey in just terms of general life?
It's a great question, and if I figure that out, I'll let you know, but it's a period of rest for now. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all your support as well. Appreciate it.
That's it.
what are the initial emotions after that?
Yeah, it's devastating. And I think whenever you finish the season, there's no pleasant way to go out unless you win it. But the way that game played out, the fact that Nat's retiring and Sonny's retiring, and just probably adds a lot of extra emotion. So you stand up in front of the whole staff and group after that performance and that ending with those two greats retiring. It's really hard to put into words. So the players are hurting, but the game's a game. But then it was bigger than that after the game because of the calibre of people that that are leaving the club at the end of the year.
And it was an amazing comeback by the team. How did you analyse, first of all, the comeback and then those frantic final few minutes?
Well, said to the players after the game, we didn't dig too deep, but the second quarter we just fell away with our footy. Our role play, our contest fell away, and to concede 7 goals in a quarter, it's not us, and especially those last 4 goals, they came really quickly off the back of losing our way in the contest and our shape, which was really disappointing. But like we've done all year, we've embraced every challenge, we've fought our way back, and we did that again tonight. And if you review the last 2 minutes of the game, Ewan takes a great contested mark, and then JT probably should play in front of Andrews, and he takes a contested mark as well. So you lose 2 contests. I don't think it was structure or it's not executing. Is you lose 2 contests, and then Cox goes to lay a good tackle and the ball gets knocked out and he holds on too long. We didn't do a lot wrong. So it's disappointing. Like I said at the start, there's no joyous way to finish the season. Change rooms is always like that. Once you finish, whether you don't make finals or whenever you finish up in finals, but there's just something a little bit extra in that, given who we're losing.
Since the bye, you've been fighting back from deficits a lot and winning those games, but you've also been conceding 4 or 5 goals in quarters. Did the weaknesses from those moments end up catching you out tonight? Was that the reason that you lost the game? If you didn't fix those moments?
Well, you could say that, and I've probably alluded to that because we didn't want to put ourselves in that position. But we're in front with 3 minutes to go, so we've shown great maturity in those moments to be able to execute. And there's a couple of things we could fix up in terms of roles and the way we'd like to set the ground up in those final 2.5 minutes. But they won a couple of contests. So it's a long way to answer, but I don't think that was the case tonight.
Justin, have you spoken to the players yet? And what's the sort of message to them, given I suppose it's not just about tonight, it's about the whole season and the journey there?
Yeah, well, we'll review the season with the players. Like at the end of every year, there's a lot of change. Like I said at the start, it was a hard one to talk about with the players because of the calibre of people we're losing. With Nat and Sonny are going to leave a big hole at our club. We're going to lose leadership. And it was trying to find the balance between thanking them for their service and their dedication to our club and what they've given to our club. Nat sat there just then and talked about his body breaking down over the last probably 3, 4, 5 years really, but there's someone who's given a lot to our footy club. So as much as you want to stand in front of the players and talk about their game and the X's and O's, there's a little bit more to it than that. So I probably went down that track a little bit more in thanking them and thanking those two for giving what they've given to our club.
Does it kind of sit that it feels like you had so much more to give in this season and then all of a sudden...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and if we had held on, they would have said the same thing, I reckon. I think they're 2 pretty similar lists. They play pretty similar brand of footy, the 2 teams tonight, and you got a pretty even game. And well, the other message to the players after the game was just we've grown so much throughout the year with the way we play our footy, the way we embrace challenges, the way Nat mentioned it, the way we've gone on the road and improved our footy on the road. So it feels really hollow at the moment, but once over the next couple of days we sort of review it, there'll be a lot of positives that come out of it, and there'll be some really good stepping stones to take us forward.
Where do you think the next bit of growth comes from for this group, I guess, either with your personnel or with yourselves as a group?
There's some things we need to improve in the way we play. I won't go into that right now, but we've got a lot of natural development in our group still. I think all our core players are still reasonably young and have improvement left in their careers. So we'll review that a little bit further down the track, but we've got a lot of natural improvement, some improvement in the way we play, but we're not that far off either. And it's to your point before, it's disappointing because it felt like we had a lot more to give in this season, and I think our footy as it is over the last 3-4 months stacks up against any team, and that's what's disappointing about exiting the way we've exited.
Does it speak again to how close that top 8 was?
Yeah.
What we've seen for the last couple of days?
Yep. Top 9, you'd probably say we're pretty even across the course of the year. I think our record, coming into tonight stacked up against the top 9, and that leaves a bit of a hole, doesn't it? And disappointment to be knocked out first week.
In really small margins, Matt Rao was allowed to stay on the field while he was bleeding from the face during the third quarter and won some really big contests.
Yeah.
The side obviously wasn't flowing enough. Were you comfortable with him being on the field at that point
I don't.
and what he was able to do afterwards?
I accept the decision on that. Yeah.
There's a moment in the second quarter where Carl Warner's about to send the ball inside 50 and all of a sudden it gets turned around the other way. It's Pat Voss off the ball. There was a lot of conversation last night about players not diving but sort of exaggerating.
I can't. I'd love to talk about that contest because the way I saw it was different to the way the umpire saw it. But what do you get out of that? For me, the Gold Coast guy, the player, goes and makes contact with Voss, trying to stop his run. So the stronger guy ends up on his feet. So it's just a big penalty. It's a big penalty.
Is it something you would encourage players?
I encourage. Yeah, no, but
the rule to how the rule is written.
Well, I don't think. I think I know where you're going with the question, but I don't think the Gold Coast player necessarily dived. Is that where you're going with it?
No,
I don't think he went down.
Players that exaggerate contact.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's what happened in that instance, but it has happened, and it happened. Last night. So the game is that hard to umpire as it is. So the players need to make it easier for the umpire, and we need to stamp that out. It's easy to stamp out. Fine them. Yeah, players don't like getting fined, so just fine them, and you tidy that stuff up. You're like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, we tidied up ducking your head to try and draw the free kick. We tidied that up, and then we just allow those things to creep back into the game. Someone flops and recognises a flop, just fine them, give them 10 grand. And then it'll tidy itself up. Players adapt really well to what the rules are, and if there's lenience in the rule, they'll find little gaps to draw free kicks, and I don't blame them for doing that because they're looking for any advantage. They're so competitive; they're looking for any advantage they can in the game. So, but we just need to not reward it, and then if we do reward it, but in a game accidentally, well, fine them, tidy it up. It'll get tidied up quick as. But we just let it, as a game, we just let it roll on, and you get what you get last night.
How big a gap will at Fyfe's absence be for this club inside the locker room, and just what he can do for this team?
Yeah, it's going to be a leadership void probably it's always going to happen, right? Your aging players are going to leave, and I think his legacy will be the fact that he has got the most out of himself. He's looked everywhere he can to improve his game, his body to the very end, and that legacy will stay with us. So they're the sorts of things that you need to thank players for, because he's shown a path for our younger players to be able to develop the way he's developed, and the next group of players will take that to another level, and then the next group that come in will take it to another level. But in some sense, it started with him. So he'll leave a void, but he's also left us a path forward in aspects. So we thank him for that.
You spoke about a couple of injuries there. Is there anyone in the group who's sort of been carrying something that they might need to go in for surgery now or anything like that? Or?
I don't think so. No, I think we'll be pretty clean in that sense. Thank you.